love to talk philosophy. Yeah, but I gotta take a piss. Man, that philosophy runs right through you.
Is there a philosophy that's kept you going over the years?
The motto I always follow, which my daddy told me, was, Dave, it's not whether you win or lose. It's not how much money you made. It's not who you convinced of what. It's how good you looked. That, to me, is rock and roll. That is the essence of rock and roll. It's not so much accomplishment as it is just so long as you ascend.
I have a plan.
You're
it's a
open to doing
plan.
it.
I have a two-word plan, Howard.
What is it?
Let's go.
Let's go. You're ready. You've
Do you ever get down? Hey, brother.
What makes me the happiest in life? I sell smiles for a living. Here, have one free. That looks good on you. That's what makes me happy. Have another. Wear it for breakfast. I'm generally happy. I'm just never content. I know I'm just, like I say, as long as you live every single day as completely as you possibly can, try and fill up your bucket with as many things as you can see and hear without closing yourself off from the outside world, which is easy to do. You put on your rock and roll blinders, you know, and that's all you see is the mirror. Me, me, me. Like that. If you open up your eyes, then there's all kinds of things you can find to do. Imagination, you know, color, use it or lose it, you know, walk it like you talk it, lead with your face. Far better to fall flat on your face through your own effort than to die bending over backwards for somebody else.
You know, the only sin that Eddie Van Halen's ever really been guilty of is wasted time. You know, you want to know the value of 1 second? Ask the guy who just missed a motorcycle accident by 1 second. No matter what you do, there's always going to be somebody there to tell, oh, you're beautiful, babe, never change. Oh, that drum solo just kills me, babe. You know, and a lot of people start to believe that, you know, and they'll isolate themselves because, hey, what, you don't want that to go wrong. What if you should, hey, your image might fall apart and you can end up like Elvis, face down in a bathroom, poisoned by a banana split out of loneliness.
I don't think there'd really be anything that I would change in my life. Sure, there's little bits and pieces, you know, everybody's you know, Tuesday morning quarterback, you know, but I think I've made steady progress. Seems like it's progress. And maybe, like I said, in North Dallas, Florida, things don't get any better and they don't get any worse, but they sure got different. And that's good enough for me. Like, what are you going to do? You take it day by day and you don't worry, you know. You don't stop and look in the rearview mirror and go, oh, did I do this right? Oh, did I calculate this right? Oh, am I setting this up right? You know, am I laying enough background? I'm not burning any bridges, am I? You know, like that. People who are always looking in the rearview mirror tend to swerve off the road and keep right on driving. Besides, the rearview mirror very often isn't good for anything else but to adjust so you see how cool you look while you're getting somewhere. And people miss this point. That's Zen, man. And that's like, most people miss that for their entire life. They just drive right off the road and keep on going. They can't figure out why they can't find where they are on the map. It's just the waiting that makes a star out of you. You wait for the airplane, you wait for the train, you wait for the submarine, you wait to go on, you wait to get off. I'm a professional waiter. When I'm gone, I take the ZZ Top or the Stanley Kubrick approach, and I am truly gone. I find that, you know, when people are watching what I'm doing, you necessarily just, you know, it changes the way that you behave, the way that you compose, and I can't compose under a microscope.
Do you want to live a long time?
Well, some people take a candle and they burn it on both ends. You've heard that. Other people, Doug, they take their candle and they burn it in the middle. And I take a flamethrower in my candle. It's like 7 times the light and half the time, 1/3 the time, you know. I don't really see that there's a whole lot of comparison. Sam throws a party. I am the party. Fast lane, they flatter themselves and they say, yeah, I live in the fast lane, as if they are moving fast. No, 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 no. The fast lane is like an escalator. It's the floor that's moving. It's all you can do to hang on, to keep up, all right? You got to keep up, man. It ain't like you get there and sit and go. You know what happens to people who do that. And it's what happened to my last band. Is, in fact, here's a little metaphysics for you. Perhaps it was them who moved away from me by standing still.
We're just sort of making all this up as we go anyway, so stick with me. I'm sure the first time Picasso showed up, somebody said, hey, both eyes are on one side of the head. You got to correct that. I'm an optimist. When I go fishing, I take a Nikon and a frying pan. You hope for the best. I expect it. Somebody, a young lady the other night said to me, Dave, I know you're really making it big now. She said, you know, but you can't buy love. And I said to myself, you know, you're absolutely correct. But I can darn sure pull my yacht right up next to it and walk over.
Do you ever feel guilty about how much money you have and how little other people have?
A lot of people would say you should do it with the money that you make from your music. You should reprocess it into your art and make more functional art and everything like that. And I've given this great consideration, and there's been a lot of temetry on my part when being involved with questions along this kind of line, and apropos of an answer towards this sort of an indigent philosophy, I would just invariably have to say on behalf of Van Halen, and most particularly myself, you. So it's like it punched the channel. Look, I get along with the boy next door, but I'm not the boy next door. I've become bitter and cynical, but just because I'm bitter and cynical doesn't mean I'm not having a great time.
Most comparisons between Hagar's reality and mine are purely coincidental. I myself am the son of Satan, even though my duties here are largely ceremonial.
I know you're getting a bad impression of me right now. Do me a favor and spread it around. And, you know, when I go, I know what it's going to say on my gravestone. It's going to say, here, folks, have one on me, ... I told him I didn't feel well. And I go out just like I came in, screaming.
You know, somebody asked me a question the other day, you know, very far away, and he said, so David, he was trying to make a little joke out of it, and he said to me, David, so would you like to be remembered in the future as the guy with a couple encyclopedias in his pants and up on a mountain somewhere? And I said, oh, no, I'd like to be remembered as a guy with a couple encyclopedias in his brain and a mountain in his pants.
And I will always change as well. People ask me, Dave, do you think success has changed you at all? And I tell them, I damn well hope so. Half of what gets me through today is knowing tomorrow's going to be different and hopefully better. And I don't know what I'm going to be singing 20, 30 years from now. I don't know what we'll be dressing like. It won't be like anything we're familiar with. I know that. And I'm looking forward to it.
Dig it, baby. Don't take everything so seriously in life. No one gets out alive. And remember, it's not whether you win or lose. It's how good you look. Okay.
All right, I had no idea what you just said, but it sounded brilliant.